All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to take a tour of a place you use literally every moment of every day, but probably don't think about too much. We're talking about the hidden world right inside your own head, your mouth.
I mean, seriously, think about that for a second. You use it constantly, but it's so much more than just a hole in your face for putting food into. It's an incredibly complex, dynamic environment, and we're about to map it out.
So, here's our itinerary for this whirlwind tour. We'll start with a general welcome, check out the security at the front gate, meet the major power players, look at the all-important supporting structures, and then, this is the big one, connect it all to your overall health.
Okay, first stop on the tour. Before we go any further, let's just get the lay of the land. It helps to think of your mouth not just as a body part, but as its own little world, a whole ecosystem with its own geography.
And this is absolutely key. What happens in the mouth does not stay in the mouth. This is the starting line for your entire digestive system. It's the gateway for nutrition, for communication, and as we're going to see, it's also one of the first lines of defense for your entire body.
Any important place needs good security, right? Well, your mouth is no exception. So let's start our tour on the perimeter with the structures that are literally guarding the entrance.
You know, anatomists basically split this area into two zones. You've got extraoral, which is pretty much everything you can see on the outside in a mirror, and then you have intraoral, which is the main event, everything happening on the inside. It's a simple distinction, but it's really useful as we move deeper.
Okay, now for a cool-sounding term, the oral vestibule. It sounds fancy, but it's super simple. Go ahead, run your tongue around the outside of your teeth, in that space between your teeth and your cheeks. That whole pocket you're feeling, that is the vestibule. It's basically the moat right inside the castle walls.
All right, we're past security. Now that we're inside the main cavity, it is time to meet the real stars of the show, the parts that do all the heavy lifting.
32. That's our magic number. That is the number of permanent teeth a typical adult has. And you have to understand, this isn't just a mouthful of identical little nubs. It's a precision toolkit where every single piece has a specific job. And look at how specialized this team is. You've got your incisors right up front. They're for cutting and slicing. Then the pointy canines for tearing. And in the back, you've got the heavy hitters, the premolars and the molars, for all the serious crushing and grinding. It's like a perfectly designed assembly line for taking apart food.
And then there's the tongue. I love this description because it's perfect, the multi-tool of the mouth. If your teeth are that specialized toolkit, the tongue is like the master craftsperson, the Swiss Army knife that does a little bit of everything.
I mean, just think about what it does. It's covered in taste buds. It moves and shapes itself to form words so we can talk. It expertly pushes food around while we chew and then initiates the swallow. It even acts like a little squeegee cleaning off our teeth. And, get this, it's also an outpost for our immune system. It is just an incredible piece of biological engineering.
So, the teeth and the tongue get all the attention, right? But they couldn't do their jobs without the critical infrastructure that surrounds them. So now, let's take a look at the actual architecture of the mouth.
Let's start with the ceiling, the roof of your mouth or the palate. It's actually two different parts. If you run your tongue along the roof, that bony front part is the hard palate. It's the floor of your nose. But go further back and you'll feel it get soft and fleshy. That's the soft palate, and its job is to flip up and seal off your nose when you swallow so your drink doesn't go up there. Pretty smart, huh? Now let's talk about some real unsung heroes, your salivary glands. You probably never think about them, but listen to this. These glands are working 24/7, producing up to 1.5 liters of saliva every single day. That's like more than a big bottle of soda.
And what's all that saliva for? Well, it's doing three crucial jobs at once. First, it kicks off digestion right away with special enzymes. Second, it lubricates our food, making it safe to chew and swallow. And third, and maybe most importantly, it's constantly washing over our teeth, fighting bacteria and neutralizing acids. It's your mouth's own built-in cleaning and protection system.
So we've toured all the individual parts. We've met all the players. For our final stop, let's zoom all the way out and talk about why keeping this entire system in good shape is so important for your entire body. This is the big takeaway, right here. Your mouth is like a window, a mirror that reflects your overall health. An issue like gum disease isn't just a problem with your gums. It's a warning sign that can be directly connected to much bigger health problems throughout your body. And the science on this is getting clearer every year.
We now know that the chronic inflammation that comes from poor oral health is directly linked to a higher risk for some really serious conditions like heart disease and diabetes. They are completely connected. The health of your mouth is the health of your body.
So, as we wrap up our tour, let's just quickly hit the highlights. We've seen that your mouth is way more complex than you thought, with every little piece having a vital job. We've learned the difference between the guards on the outside and the workhorses on the inside. But the biggest thing to remember is that taking care of this space isn't just about having a nice smile, it's fundamental to your total health.
So there you have it. We've given you the map. We've introduced you to the key players in this incredible territory. The only question left is, now that you have a deeper understanding, what's your plan to take care of it? Thanks for joining me.